All right. Let's see what comes in the box. Yay, we got paper and more paper to make this into a scarf. All right, here it is. That's what we're looking for, baby. The AVON grips. Okay, heated grips. Now let's see if these wires are long enough for my 20-inch bars. All right, so in the package, we have this. I'm not even sure what this is yet, but we'll figure that out. We'll find that out. You also have the controllers. That's gonna replace the one that's on the bike now. We have the 2 grips, left and right. Cables on the inside. Oh yeah, that's plenty of length. That's perfect. That's definitely going to be long enough. And zip ties. And we got some connectors and clips and clamps and screws and look like fuses. All right, let's get this stuff installed. Next step is we have to get the battery. We're going to disconnect the battery. I mean, you can disconnect the main fuse, and that's just as good. But like I said, we're going to follow this step by step. I disconnected the negative terminal first, and then now I'm taking off the positive. All right, step 3, we're gonna have to remove the throttle cable and the clutch side, get that out the way. So I'm just gonna take off this whole thing. I have a leather jacket covering the tank, so that way I don't make a mistake and smash my tank up. And I recommend for you to do the same exact thing as well, because I'm telling you, ask me how I know. If you have a jack, just jack the bike up a little bit, just to get the bike to stand straight up. You get better control and better angle when it comes to doing this work. Now, I never installed this before in my life, okay? But I've done a whole lot of work, as you guys should already know. And I'm gonna walk you through the process. I try to find videos on the AVON hand grips of the install, couldn't find any. So this video is gonna give you guys some insight on how it's done and how I do it. If I find any errors, if I make any mistakes, you're gonna learn through my mistakes. I have to take off the 2 screws, one here, and of course, one on the other side to lift this up to gain access to the bottom of the bar. All right, so I'm starting on the throttle wire side first, and I'm taking some, couldn't find what I normally use to run the cables through the handlebar. So I'm taking some electrical tape and some wiring from my weed whacker, and hopefully that will be good enough for me to be able to run this through without it loosening up, because we have to run everything back up from the throttle sensor side and then reinstall everything. So it's basically me doing the whole damn headache of a handlebar install from start to finish again. So I decided that I'm gonna actually take the bar and get a powder coated orange, do something different while I'm at it. All right, so I basically have the handlebar on my grip, my vice grip, and I'm taking my time and pushing this through. Now this bar is a long bar. So those pieces that I have to take off on the sides helps me to get through the side, to push my fingers through and work my way up. So it makes sure there's no sharp edges on the inside, because the inside will have sharp edges that can cut the wire when it's being welded, all right? So once I get this out, then I'm gonna drop it off to Ashton and get the color done. Here we go, beautiful. I love it when a plan comes together. Yeah, so now I'm gonna drop it off over to Ashton. Remember, if you guys need to get some powder coat stuff, check out my man Ashton. It's called Flower Shop Coating, all right? My handlebars needed to get redone anyway. They started getting worn out and just messed up. over all the miles that I've been riding. So, you know, I mean, I could have cleaned it up and stuff, but I just needed something fresher anyway, so it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's see how that look from the back when he's jerking it.
Oh, we ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna get me. You gonna catch me slipping.
What up, bro? I should say you ain't gonna get me. You ain't catching me slipping, bro.
Hush.
All right, guys. Right now is the best time to get your work done on your bike. You're trying to get colors. You're trying to get things done to your motorcycle. Do not wait for the summer when you're already in riding mode. Get it done right now. We're going into January. We got February. We got March. And some of April, but some of y'all want to go to Daytona in March and all that stuff. Get your bikes done. Your motor work, your powder coat. I'm here at the flower shop right now, flower shop coating. My man Ashton, a lot of you from the channel already know who this dude is already. And this is what I'm doing to the handlebars. Let me show you guys how it looks before we do the other stuff to it. Guys, you see the difference in that color? That is just this is just the base coat right here. And this is how it's gonna look with the clear coat, right, Ashton?
Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah, I like how that goes on so even. I kind of see how your eyes kind of see it. You're fitting in all that.
Yeah, you can see little shadows
of the orange.
Yeah, you just kind of gotta. And it's nice because like the reflection from the glossy under, you can see it through the powder. So like you kind of can catch those reflections. You can kind of see things.
All right, so on the cable, what I did, I just tied the end with tape and everything. So I'm just kind of doing a push and pull process to get this wire through. It's not the easiest piece because I have to run this through here and then push this. So you gotta push this and then push this and pull. So it's kind of like a pull and push. And you gotta take your time because inside the cable, it can get cut on the stuff on the inside. Yo, when you guys running the wires, if you don't have patience, you're gonna end up pulling your damn hair out your body, okay? You're gonna pull your hair out and you're gonna break your own damn neck. Running wires through handlebars is the worst thing that you could ever go through, I promise you. So when you're doing it, be patient with it, take your time, and it ain't gonna be a 1, 2, 3 job. Some people can do it quickly, but let me tell you, it ain't a 1, 2, 3 job. We have all these wires ran, okay? All of them, everything that came in here. So now it's about connecting all the wires, following the diagram, and, you know, getting it together. So we'll see what happens as we continue to put this together. Let's go. All right, so there's a little knob, right? That's right here. I already took it out, but you take a screwdriver, you put it in, and you're gonna pull that out. And what that's gonna do, that's gonna give you access to those 2 little holes right there. See that? And we're gonna plug the throttle piece inside that little hole. All right, so with this piece right here, this is gonna twist opposite threading to open this up. And then inside, take your time, and we're gonna pull this out. This gets pulled out, and then we're gonna plug this into here. I'm gonna have to see the orientation, and the way it looks, I don't think you can actually make a mistake with this. So this now, we're gonna push this through. There we go, that's it. Okay, so here's what I did so far. This piece takes the place of the other perch piece that was there. So the piece that was here, right here, this is no longer here. This took the place of that. There's some wires the wires that runs inside, the ones that you saw me running, these three wires right here is put into a groove, and I couldn't record it while I was there, but you figure it out. I just had to maneuver it. They're talking about drilling holes and all that stuff. I didn't drill any holes because I had a good amount of opening on the bottom, so there's no need for me to drill any holes. So now comes the power piece where I have to start to connect the wires now. So these wires, the blue, yellow, and orange, they want you to connect them together. All right, so orange to orange, blue to blue, yellow to yellow. They already come snipped, and you're gonna use these little two connectors. So you push this in, and then you push the other one in, just like that. Make sure it's in there nice and snug, okay? And then you're gonna take a plier here, and you see this right here? You're gonna take the plier, and you're gonna press it down, and make sure that it's leveled, it's flush. Here it is. It just presses in, and this is pretty snug. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna go anywhere. So we're gonna do that same exact thing for the blue, and we're gonna crimp it down. See what just happened? I almost lost it. So that's why you gotta make sure before you press this in, make sure you're confident that this is all the way in. All right, so listen, there's a black and white wire where on the Road Glide, where it talks about a red and black wire. I'm gonna show you where that wire is normally located, but this is the wire with this attachment that's gonna attach to the glove, the grips. But what I'm doing is I'm running this as the live power line. Okay, I'm gonna show you, I cut this off, I snipped this, and we're gonna run this as the live power. So we're gonna use these little attachments like this, and all I'm doing is I'm gonna put the red, which is gonna be the power, and the black is gonna be the grounds. So I simply put this like this, and the white is the power line, and I'm gonna cross it, and I'm going to twist it together. And then I'm gonna do the same exact thing. Make sure it's a nice twist and you don't have any loose strands that's there, okay? And have this on the other side because you're gonna have to slide that up. So then I'm gonna do the same thing with the other side. Now, these have a thinner side and a thicker side. The thinner side, I always put it on first. That way it's easier to slide when I do the combo because it thickens up some more. And on the, hold on. And on the, this cable's the one that has the fuse, all right? The fuse line. All right, so I have the wires, let me show you. So I have this now connected, okay? So now I just spliced this wire. This is running from the center of your throttle sensor, okay? That's the black. In the Road Glide, there are black, red, and whites. 3 reds, 3 blacks, 3 whites. Leave that alone. I made an error and started splicing those wires because the instructions was talking about the black, red, white colors, but really the center one is the one that we need. So I'm connecting this left hand grip. I'm gonna connect the left hand grip and this module together with that power line. So the red line is gonna go to the red line. I'm gonna twist that, and I have my main fuse disconnected so there's no power to the bike whatsoever, okay? I'm gonna twist that really tight, and then we're gonna do the same thing for the black. Now, normally, in some setups, white is normally like a neutral color, and some people use black and red for power. In this case, we're using the white for power. So I'm gonna take my connectors, and I'm using the thicker one than I normally would, and I'm bringing this down just to get enough space. I spliced it enough. And the red is gonna go to the white. The white is where the power line is gonna be. Now this is for the Road Glide. I could not find any videos with the Road Glide. Everything is street glides, okay? Now I'm gonna do the same exact thing. With the black, that's gonna be the grounds. So I'm gonna put this, same setup, and I'm gonna connect the black. And then I'm gonna run this back right over the middle. Like I said before, find the center of the connection And then we use the heat. There we go. So all I'm gonna do now is that fuse line that I just put together the first time that I showed you guys, I'm gonna plug it into this little plug, and it's to your left. It's kind of by itself. This is normally plugged in. This is gonna be my power line. Plug that in. There we go, that's in. Now we're gonna test everything to make sure that it works. All right, so let me show you exactly what I did. I got this thing lit up. So you have the module. The module, you have all these color wires. Those are all going to connect together. You can't go wrong on that. Then you have this thicker wire right here, and you have a more like a pinkish wire and a black wire. Then on the cable from the left-hand side, you have the black and red. I spliced that to the cable that attaches to the throttle sensor, which is the black and white cable on the Road Glide, okay? Now, I connected all of these three together. Then over here, this used to be a wire that was connected to this. I just spliced it to make it cleaner, and I tapped into that auxiliary source. Earlier, I tapped into this because this is also an auxiliary source as well. But we're making it cleaner. Bo was like, just put a plug, that way you can unplug it when you need to, okay? And this wire is running straight with the fuse in line. So if you have the Road Glide, that is the circuit, the sequence. When you read the manual is very confusing, right? Because in the manual, number 8 is where you get stuck. It says that you have to pull the wires to the end of the fairing. It says, look, it says follow the service manual instructions for removal of the electronic throttle sensor. Keep in mind that the electronic throttle sensor must be completely removed. You do not have to remove the throttle sensor side. All you have to do is just simply remove the grip. And let me show you guys what I'm talking about with the grip, right? So this is the grip, the old grip that I had. It's the same exact grip. Look, you remove the grip, plug in the new grip, and then plug in that piece right there. That's all you have to do on that side. I have no idea why Avon is saying that we have to remove the whole throttle, and that's the part that got me confused too. And then it says here, to attach, pull the wire to the end, blah, blah, blah. Using a 2-hole connector provided, connect the black and red extension wire to the black and red wires from the center of the electronic throttle sensor. That is the center of the throttle sensor. These wires right here. But look, on the Road Glide 2022, that is not black and red. That is black and white. And then here it says, electronic throttle sensor together and pull them back through until, so it says provide a black, so it says tape all the wires from the electronic throttle sensor together and pull back through the bar until the electronic throttle sensor seated back in place. See, that's where it can get confusing too. Because what they're saying is we have to pull the damn wire from here, from the throttle sensor all the way through the bar, take together. Why am I doing that? The throttle sensor connector already connects where I showed you, right there. And that's it. So now I'm gonna put the fuse back in. Another thing is you don't have to unplug the batteries. All you gotta do is just pull the fuse, just to give you the heads up. All right, I started a video just following the instructions of that, but Avon needs to update their manuals, okay? And hopefully this video can be helpful. And big shout outs to my man Lee for helping me to figure out the one problem that I had, because what happened was I had it connected, right? But the heat grip, it wasn't turning off. So as we were talking, I was explaining to Lee from Avon, good dude, by the way. It was great talking to him. And he was like, oh yeah, you're talking about the black and white wire that has no plug, it's not plugged in. And I said, you know what? You just said something that made me realize that the reason why my switch wasn't working is because I had the plug that was still plugged in. I had this plug. Look, the plug that you saw me with right now, remember before I spliced this was connected to this. So take this out the equation. The black and white was connected to the black and white. So that was plugged into that. And that was giving me live power. And that's the reason why the switch and stuff wasn't working. But now we got it wired properly. And guys, if you have the Avon grips, just take your time. And here's a word of advice. Anytime you're running the wires, the cables on your bars, just put a little bit of lube on there. Put some Vaseline, put some olive oil, because the throttle sensor cable and the module cable, that stuff is thick. So if you gotta run through the bars, get it done. All right, so guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. The heat grips, they do work. They work really well. You have the high and low, and the middle is off. So when I press it, This way, that's on. That way is high, and then I put it back into the middle, and that's off. All right? Yo, the AVON grips, definitely dope. The next video, I'm gonna install the hand guards on this bike. And I'm looking for some levers. I'm looking for some levers that I could adjust. Because look at the distance from here to here, and look how far I have to reach to grab. So I wanna get some levers that I could actually adjust. So if you have one that you like, leave it in the comments, let me know. I'm gonna do a little research as well. All right, this is Sensei, let's go. Let's get this miles, let's get that money. Let's get that muscle, baby. Oh yeah, and let's get the heated gear. We out. Peace.